You've probably heard the phrase, let your money work for you. But here's the hidden truth. Money doesn't work unless you feed it with enough weight. Compounding is one of those things that feels frustratingly underwhelming at first. You invest month after month, and the growth looks tiny compared to the effort. It's almost boring, like planting seeds and staring at the soil, wondering if anything is happening beneath the surface. That's why so many people give up too early, missing the stage where compounding stops crawling and starts running. That's exactly where the 8-4-3 rule comes in. It explains why compounding feels slow in the beginning, but also why staying consistent unlocks exponential results later on. This rule completely reshaped the way I look at money, and it's the reason I was able to turn a modest $400 a month habit into a master portfolio that I will reveal later. You don't need luck, a finance degree, or a high-paying job. You just need time, patience, and the discipline to stick with the process until compounding finally does the heavy lifting for you. So stay until the end to know how much you can make with this rule. Give this video a like and let's start. The 8-4-3 rule is simple. In your 20s, your money has around 8 decades ahead of it to grow and multiply. In your 30s, you have about 4 decades left until retirement. And in your 40s, you still have around 3 decades to build serious wealth. The earlier you start, the more those decades of growth work in your favour. It's like planting a tree. The best time to do it was years ago, but the second best time is right now. Let's imagine 2 people to see how this plays out. One is Alex. Alex is 24, working an average job, and decides to put $400 a month into a mix of low-cost index funds and dividend-paying funds. Nothing fancy, no trying to outsmart the market. Alex just sets up an automatic transfer so it happens every single month without thinking about it. The other person is Veronica. Veronica is 45, earns more money than Alex, and can invest $2,000 a month. She starts later, but because she has less time before retirement, her money has fewer years to grow. Even though Veronica invests 5 times more each month, she ends up with less in the end than Alex, because Alex started early. That's the magic of time in the market. In the first stage, the foundation years, Alex is in their 20s and invests between $400 and $600 each month. Most of it goes into a broad stock market index fund for growth. A good portion goes into a dividend growth fund for rising income. A smaller slice into a high-yield dividend fund for extra cash flow. And maybe a little into 1 or 2 reliable dividend stocks. All dividends are reinvested automatically. By the end of the first decade, Alex has invested about $60,000. The portfolio has grown to around $76,500 thanks to compounding and reinvested dividends. The yearly dividend income is about $1,900. That might not sound huge, but it's money that comes in without lifting a finger. And it's just the beginning. And another way to make money without lifting a finger is by joining my free Telegram community with the link in the description, where I will explain how to start a successful faceless YouTube channel. Maybe at the beginning, you will have to work a little, but once started, you will be able to enjoy the results and invest even more in compounding. In the second stage, the acceleration years, Alex is in their 30s and can now invest around $800 a month. They keep buying the same types of investments, but add a monthly paying fund so cash comes in every month, and maybe a real estate investment trust for extra income. This is the stage where contributions grow, the portfolio expands faster, and compounding starts to really show its strength. By the end of this stage, after 20 years of steady investing, Alex has put in a total of about $156,000. The portfolio is now worth roughly $395,000. The growth from the market, not contributions, makes up more than half of that number. Yearly dividends have climbed to nearly $12,000, which is about $1,000 a month. That's like having a small second paycheck for doing nothing but being consistent. In the third stage, the snowball years, Alex is in their 40s and starts investing $1,200 a month. They shift a bit more toward income-focused investments while keeping a strong base in growth funds. By this time, compounding is in full force. The dividends themselves are buying more shares, which then produce even more dividends. By year 25, the portfolio is over $1 million. The annual dividends alone are around $24,000, enough to cover major bills like a mortgage or rent, utilities, and even a car payment. The best part, Alex hasn't done anything special, just kept up the habit. At the end of the third stage, total contributions over the years have reached around $300,000, but the portfolio is now worth $1.18 million. That means nearly $900,000 of the total came from growth, not from what Alex put in. Annual passive income has grown to over $35,000. In the fourth stage, the freedom years, Alex is in their 50s and starts reducing contributions to $1,000 a month, not because they have to, but because the portfolio is now growing more from itself than from anything they add. The focus shifts more toward income-producing investments and stability, with some growth funds still in the mix to protect against inflation. By age 62, Alex's portfolio is worth $2.7 million. Total contributions over the decades add up to about $756,000. The rest, nearly $2 million, came from compounding. The annual passive income is around $75,600, which is over $6,000 a month without selling a single share. That's more than enough to live on for most people, all from a habit that started with $400 a month. The lesson is clear: the amount you start with matters less than when you start, and how consistent you are. An early dollar is worth more than a late dollar because it has more time to grow, more time to recover from market drops, and more time to multiply through reinvested income. Here's a simple way to apply the 8-4-3 rule. If you're in your 20s, aim to put $200 to $400 into a mix of a broad index fund and a dividend growth fund. If you're in your 30s, raise it to $800 or more and add a high-yield dividend fund plus a monthly paying investment. If you're in your 40s or 50s, focus more on income-producing investments while keeping some growth funds for balance. And here's a key mindset. Market drops are not a reason to stop. They are a reason to buy more. A crash means you're buying the same investments at a discount. In the early years, that's the best thing that can happen to you. Keep fees as low as possible. High fees quietly eat away at your future returns. Automate your contributions so you never have to think about them. Check your investments once in a while, but don't obsess over them every day. The less you react to short-term noise, the better your long-term results will be. Think of your portfolio as a factory. Every month you buy new machines. Each machine produces a product called dividends. You use those dividends to buy more machines. Over time, the factory grows so large that it produces more than you could ever add yourself. The best part? The factory never sleeps, never calls in sick, and never asks for a raise. If you can't start with $400, start with $50. The habit is the real magic. Increase it when you can. Every raise, every bonus, every side hustle can feed your investments, even small unexpected amounts. A birthday gift, a tax refund, can make a big difference when invested and left to grow. And if you want to be even more relaxed, join my free Telegram community with the link in the description, where you can invest up to $2,000 a month if you follow my strategies for starting a successful YouTube channel. You might wonder about picking individual stocks. That's fine for a small portion of your portfolio if you enjoy it, but make your main focus broad, low-cost funds and reliable dividend payers. The market as a whole has a long history of growth despite short-term drops. If you own the market and stay invested, you share in that growth. Bonds can play a role too, especially as you get closer to retirement. They won't grow as fast as stocks, but they add stability and steady income. A simple bond fund can help smooth out your returns so you're not forced to sell stocks in a downturn. And if you're thinking, what if I start and the market crashes next month? Good. That means your monthly contributions will buy more shares for the same money. Crashes are scary only if you need the money right away. If you have decades ahead of you, they're opportunities. Before you start investing, make sure you have an emergency fund and that you've paid off high-interest debt. Once that's done, pick 1 or 2 simple investments, set up your automatic monthly contribution, and let time do the heavy lifting. Your challenge is simple. Set up your first automatic investment today. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time was years ago. The second best time is now. Imagine 1 year from today, you've made 12 contributions. You've built a small but growing portfolio. You've collected dividends and reinvested them. You've turned investing from an idea into a habit. You'll feel proud, in control, and motivated to keep going. The 8-4-3 rule works because it combines 3 powerful forces: starting early, staying consistent, and letting compounding work over time. It's not flashy, it's not fast, but it's reliable. You don't need to be wealthy to start, but you do need to start to become wealthy. The sooner you begin, the less you'll have to put in later. And one day, years from now, you'll look at your portfolio and realize you've built your own freedom. One small step at a time. The first step you could make right now is to like this video. So many more people that are interested on how to improve their finances will discover this channel, then join my free Telegram community as soon as possible because the slots are very limited. Here I'll explain step by step how to start a successful YouTube business without putting your face on the line. I'll give you my strategies on how I make all my channels explode, and to prove to you that it really works, just look at this channel, which is the most obvious proof. If you found value in this video, smash the subscribe button and let me know if you already knew this rule, and I'll see you soon in the Telegram community. I'll wait for you. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes only, and any results depend on your own decisions and actions.